Both of you have been harshly critical of the Bush administration for its secrecy, what you consider overuse of secrecy and executive power. Tonight, Senator Obama, you've talked about more transparency. You also at one point criticized earmarks. And yet, a recent report came out that identified you lower on the list in terms of how much money senators seek and sneak into the budget for these pork barrel spending projects. But it still said you were responsible for $91 million in earmarks, and you have refused to say where the money went, what it's for. Why?
No, that's not true. We've actually disclosed, John, all our earmarks. And so, we'll be happy to provide you with that information, because I believe very strongly in transparency. As I indicated earlier, one of the things that I did last year was to pass a bill with Tom Coburn, very conservative Republican, but a sincere fiscal conservative, and we got together and created what we call Google for Government. It's a searchable database where every single dollar of federal spending is posted on the internet so that ordinary voters can take a look. And if they see a bridge to nowhere being built, they know where it's going and who sponsored it. And if they see a no-bid contract going to Halliburton, they can check that out too. And the idea is that we open up the process so that the American people can make judgments about whether or not government is doing what it's supposed to be doing with its taxpayer money. And I've been consistently in favor of more disclosure around earmarks. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these are worthy projects in our states, and I have actively pursued projects that I think are important. But I want to make sure that they're not done in the dark of night, that they're not done in committee, that everybody stands up and says this is the kind of spending that I think is important, and I have consistently supported those efforts. I will push for those as President of the United States of America.
Senator Clinton, as you know, I think your number was about $342 million. You say they're worthy projects, as Senator Obama did for your state, and that's part of your job, to get money for worthy projects back in your state. Senator McCain, as you know, is proud of going around the country saying he's never asked for an earmark, and he will never ask for an earmark. On the specific issue of pork barrel spending, fiscal accountability by the government, at a time when many Americans frankly think, whether it's the House or the Senate, that you all waste money on things that aren't important to them, don't affect their daily lives. Does he have a better case to make to the American people that I have done this my entire career, I will do it as president, on the issue of wasteful pork barrel spending?
Well, no, not at all, because he supported the wasteful tax cuts of the Bush administration and the Iraq War with the billions of dollars that have been spent, and wants it to continue. You know, when President Bush came into office, he inherited a balanced budget and a surplus, and it is gone. And we now are looking at a projected deficit of $400 billion under the new Bush budget and a $9 trillion debt. We borrow money from the Chinese to buy oil from the Saudis. That is not a winning strategy for America. I will get us back to fiscal responsibility, and I will make it clear that the Bush tax cuts on the upper income, those making more than $250,000 a year, will be allowed to expire. Middle-class tax cuts and support for the middle class to make college affordable, retirement security possible, health insurance affordable, those will be my priorities. And I think it's important that we look at where the money has gone under President Bush. No-bid contracts, cronyism, outsourcing the government in ways that haven't saved us money and have reduced accountability. So the larger question is, who really is going to move us toward fiscal responsibility? And I believe that we can get back on the path we were on. It was working well. It was one of the reasons why the economy was booming. I've got that, clearly in my economic blueprint, which is something that I've published the last few days, because it's part of what we have to do again. And I think that I will be very comfortable and effective in taking on Senator McCain over the fiscal irresponsibility of the Republican Party that he's been a part of.